way it started, I was in Carmel. I was with a group of friends who were painters, and we were sitting around together one night. We were talking about how rare that moment was to be able to sit around, because usually at a paint out, it's all very competitive. You don't want to paint the same scene as somebody else, so you don't get to set up and paint next to your friends. You don't get much time together because the events keep you busy. You're in your room at night framing things or touching up paintings, and you just don't get any time together. And so we kind of talked about, wouldn't it be cool if we had a chance to just have a week where we could go painting together and just play, really, not have any agenda, no show, no competition, no nothing. And so I said, well, what if I put something like that together? Would you guys come? And they said, yeah, absolutely. So the first one I did, I called it the Publisher's Invitational because it literally was an invitational. I invited 7 painters, and we took over a bed and breakfast in Austin, Texas. Well, those 7 painters said, hey, I've got another buddy I want to bring along, and we ended up with 16 of us, and everybody who was there were really top drawer painters, really excellent. So we just went out and we painted together for a week. We sat up at night, we had a lot of fun, a lot of chats, a lot of talking. We would do portraits at night, we cooked our own food, and so that's how it all began. That's kind of the beginning of the Publisher's Invitational. Though the name is Publisher's Invitational, it's changed a lot since then, because really the idea is that everybody is welcome and everybody's equal. What we try to do when we get together is, though there are some famous painters or well-known painters who come in almost every year, there are also painters who are very beginning level, and nobody cares. We're all equal. We paint together, we hang out together. There's, there are no stars. Like nobody's there giving advice, nobody's there doing a workshop. Everybody's just being friends and painting together. So it started out being called the Invitational, but we really should scratch the word invitational and just say it's a painter's retreat. I had never heard of the Adirondack Mountains till my dad bought a place on a lake up there, and I went up, and it turns out it's one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in America, and it's one of the most beautiful places in the world. The scenery is endless. It's spectacular. Back, I don't know, 100 years ago, they said this is such a beautiful area. The state of New York actually put it in their constitution that you could not build in this area, or it was basically became a state park. Though there are some towns and cities within, there are restrictions of what they can do and how they keep things pristine and beautiful. And it's absolutely spectacular. So I've been painting there many, many years, and a lot of my friends keep inviting themselves up, and it's really nice to have them there. But I thought, the idea of the Publisher's Invitational, get everybody there at one time. It's endless scenery. You can just paint forever. And so we never run out of things to paint. There are gorgeous waterfalls, spectacular mountains. And what's really cool about it is we have identified the places where a lot of the Hudson River School painters actually physically painted. We are standing in the very spot where some of those paintings were executed. We're standing on the shoulders of giants, if you will. So that's kind of neat, being able to stand there and do paintings in the same spot. What's nice about the event is it's a one price includes everything kind of event. Basically, you stay in dorm rooms. They're very nice new dorm rooms at Paul Smith College in New York. You stay in the dorm rooms, you roll out of bed in the morning, we have breakfast waiting, we all eat breakfast together. I stand on a chair and make some announcements about where we're going painting today. We have 2 paint groups. We have Group A, Group B. I take Group B. Group B are the ones who can hike a little bit more. They're the ones who can go a little bit off-road. Group A are the roadside painters. We have beautiful locations where basically one of our guides takes you and you set up. So we go to 2 different locations every single day. And so in the morning after breakfast, you pack your sack lunch, and then you go to your location and everybody's there painting together. Some days we paint all of us, Group A and Group B, in the same place. We have a couple spectacular locations we like to paint in, so we'll paint those together every day. You have your sack lunch, you go to the next location and paint again at another spectacular spot. Then you come back for an early dinner. The reason we do early dinner is because you want to get the sunset. So we have dinner and then you can go out and paint the sunset, and then we sit up at night and we have a little bar. You can sit up and paint. Everybody brings their paintings in and everybody gets to show their work for the day, and it's kind of fun to see what everybody did. And then we kind of sit up. Sometimes we play music, sometimes we paint portraits. Some nights we go out and do nocturne painting. So we try to do something, we just keep everybody as busy as they want to be, but no cooking, no cleaning, no doing dishes. You just roll out of bed, your food's there for you, your dinner's there for you, you've got your lunch, and you paint all day. Well, the best part about it is that you make these deep friendships. I've made some friendships, everybody else has made friendships, which have become lifelong friendships. You get to know people very fast because you're painting together. The other great benefit is that you're painting all day, every day. And when do we all get to do that? Even pros don't get to do that all the time. And so for me, somebody who works for a living, I get a week of painting 2, 3, sometimes 4 paintings a day. And by the end of that week, the quality of my painting has gone from here to here. I see a big uptick, and I see that happen to everybody. And you get this rhythm and you get this sense, and we don't get that in our lives, most of us. And so it's a real chance to up your painting. You know, this has turned out to be a really great event. We've been doing it now for many years. We've changed a lot of lives. It impacts painters. They make a lot of friends. They get better at painting. You know, overall, it's just a lot of fun, and it gives you something to look forward to every year. A lot of people come back year after year. It's not expensive, and it's something that you can do for yourself. We all have busy lives. We all have busy families. We have things that are going on, responsibilities, and sometimes you have to carve out some time just for yourself. That's really what the Publishers Invitationals are all about, and specifically in the Adirondack Mountains. We hope you'll come up and join us.